Welcome to part 2 of the metagame discussion. We're going to be taking your request. And for part 3 as well, if you guys want anything, please leave a comment down below. Always remember to like and comment this video. Turn on the bell notification. That way you guys can get these notifications at the beginning of each month. That way we can explore what the hell is going on in the metagame. So, without further ado, welcome to part 2. Okay, I'm going to get that out of my system. Alright, let's dig on into this, shall we? Alright, for some reason, you've all requested me to talk about Cyber Dragons. Let me explain this to you in a nutshell. You're going second deck. Going second decks aren't very good right now because, well, unfortunately, Altergeist exists. Which can kind of detour things. A lot of decks don't like leaving monsters on the field. And because these decks don't like leaving monsters... Oh, and back row exists! Oh, how could I ever forget this? Now, this isn't true of all going second decks, but Cyber Dragons are definitely... They get the end of the stick, and it kind of sucks because, like, you guys just got all of your support, and you finally got full opportunity to be a deck that sits at the meta table, and it was all going great for you last format, and then things kind of shifted on the list. But you've got, like, Rongo Bongo doesn't necessarily like giving you a field, and if Rongo Bongo does its thing, I mean, Cyber Dragons don't have a good Rongo matchup. Like, you want to special summon and you want to go second. It's kind of an inherent disadvantage, actually, because, like, if you're going second deck and you want to play the game and you're against Rongo, like, what the fuck do you do now? That's saying that Rongo is a lot bigger of a deck than it actually is. But I mean, it sees enough play that it can detour a significant amount of progress for playing in the game. So yes, Cyber Dragons are still there. No, they're not as good. Honestly, it's kind of scary. Cyber Dragons can still do something on a regional level. And as I was talking to my friend Duran, like, if Summon Sorceress ends up getting banned sometime soon, then that's the death to Cyber Dragons, from what I've been told. Like, I still see, like, the combos and things that you can do, but, like, they're not as impressive as you would naturally think. So, yes, Cyber Dragons are still pretty much here, but if something happens to Summon Sorceress, I think the deck just falls off to the wayside. It's kind of sad. That one extra combo extender play is really good, though. Next up on the list is True Draco. Hey, Romy, talking about True Draco! As you've seen in half of our feature matches at Locals, you can be essentially brainless and play the deck. Josh always calls himself brainless, so it's okay in this context. So you have a shitty deck with a couple of okay cards, Skill Drain. Monarch's Erupt's not so good right now. Monarch's Erupt's kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit, but consistent advantage engines, as we have seen in the past, it can get you there, and it's not a bad thing whatsoever. I don't want to dug on it too much because, you know, it's these slow, consistent, grindy decks that it can just get you there, and that's one of the things that True Draco has going for it. No matter how bad it essentially looks on paper and how it might feel, like, the deck's not going to top a YCS for a while, and if it does, it'll be one, if that. And on the flip side of the equation, I hate to be that guy, but, like, this is strictly turning into a locals and a regional level deck. Same thing like Paleo. Like, you got cool tricks that you can do with the deck, but at the end of the day, you're not on the level that you need to be at anymore with the deck. Masterpiece did help the deck, and fucking Dynamite was a better card for the deck, but, like, you kind of do need the two hand-in-hand. Yes, Kaijus running around can detour the deck, and I guess some people are trying to play Kaijus again to beat the Sky Striker matchup, so I guess they multi-purpose towards True Draco as well. But I don't know. If you're a regular deck like Thunder Dragons, you shouldn't have an issue with something like True Draco. It's kind of interesting. The Thunder Dragons just go bleh on True Draco. Ugh. It's a horrifying matchup for them out there. I feel bad for them. Now, continuing into the disappointment category, we actually have Burning Abyss. Now, countless times we have seen Burning Abyss kind of come up, and then all of a sudden, everyone thought going into this format that, you know, at the last YCS, BA would do relatively well. There wasn't any BA in sight. Now, BA is in the same category as the other two decks. you are good on a local level. You're all right on a regional level. I mean, when you have things going your way, you don't have any reason to not be able to top a regional whatsoever with a deck like that, essentially. Like, I don't see any confines that kind of can prevent you from doing that. And BA's got one thing going for it. The deck is incredibly consistent. It's just the scales of time have kind of caught up with the deck. Dante's a good card, and for some reason people want it banned, but it's not doing anything. Like, Cherubini helps the deck, but like, we don't even know when we're getting that at this point. Like, count your blessings. But BA with the Danger Engine is a consistent deck, but the power scaling and the things that the deck can do, they're not what they used to be. And I don't want to... It's cool that the deck still gets a chance to sit here. Alright, we understand that having more decks at the dinner table is an inherently good thing in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because diversity does spark new ideas. And with new ideas, we get the chance to, you know, explore new things. And for that, like, we thank Konami. Like, there is hope at the end of the day that no matter what really happens here, we get the chance to see more. I guess having BA sit at the table is a good thing for that. But I mean, hey, the deck can either go first or second, and can OTK, but I mean, 95% of the time, it's a second deck, so it wants to go second. Just kind of take advantage of things. Now, somebody commented and said that they did relatively well recently with Crusadia. And I don't have any qualms with covering Crusadia, but of these decks, Crusadia is the weakest, in my opinion. So you have a deck that its entire lifespan hinges on the opponent making a play. And if your opponent either bricks or doesn't have a play, well, Crusadia can OTK you. I don't want to, like, downgrade Crusadia as much as I think I am here, but, like, the deck has one thing and one thing going for it only. It wants to OTK the opponent. I don't know what Crusadia do outside of that. And for local level, oh god, Crusadia is fantastic. You can snipe away so many free wins with this deck. If you're a budget player and you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment, go build Crusadia. Especially for locals, come on, go ruin some local players' lives. We know you want to. Come on now. Now, on the flip side of that equation, you know, hand traps, if you're playing any, might be expensive, but your deck's whole game plan is to OTK your opponent. Now, for a regional level, kind of the same thing as the other decks here. You have an okay deck that does one thing. It out-cheeks your opponent. It goes second. It makes an attempt to break their board. Crusadia don't have a very good time playing through multiple Widow Anchors. It's just kind of the sad realization that the deck has going for it at this point in time. I don't want to dug on it too hard. But yes, Crusadia, they are a deck that does get the chance to sit at the dinner table. Yes, the deck can do good. The deck is not YCS level at the moment. You might be able to cheek some victories out of people, but it's not going to get you that. This is what all these going second decks kind of do. It's kind of sad. So the last thing I do want to point out here is I want to talk about Xyz Encore. So we really haven't seen Xyz Encore kind of return to the table in a while as a side deck card. And the last video, Rongo Bongo has been a shit show at my locals. But I've kind of noticed when playing against the deck, things like There Can Only Be One can force your opponent just on Rongo. And as long as you have a consistent flow of monsters, watching the Rongo's materials go down every single turn, there's no real reason why you should have an issue with it. Now, agreeing with the previous points that we had made here, with Xyz Encore, yes, I can directly answer the threat. Whoever the hell commented and said you can play the band plays on. How does the band play on answer my problem? I have to go first with that card. Xyz Encore, I can go first or second with it. Okay? And then to top things off, you mean to tell me that, There Can Only Be One is a much better card than the band played on. But what the fuck do I know? Obviously, the band played on can be such a great card, but sorry, that comment just blew my mind. I'm like, why would I play that when I can fucking play vastly superior cards like There Can Only Be One and, you know, Xyz Encore. But yes, Xyz Encore does directly answer the Rongo Bongo threat by splitting it apart because it affects the materials. And then once the materials are gone, then it goes ahead and splits up the monster because, you know, he's no longer effect. It's a weird interaction, but it perfectly makes sense to me in the long run. So yes, Rongo Bongo does have a means to beat it. And I will do a side deck discussion at some point later, probably next week, about kind of what's starting to progressively go on in the format as we roll on into regional season yet again. I mean, we have Savage Strike coming out. Somebody was like, talk about Savage Strike cards already. I'll do that closer to Savage Strike. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the going second meta. If you guys have any decks that you want me to talk about as well for part 3, please comment those as well. And guys, I'm out.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanco40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.